So why is this really important to understand what level of market sophistication your customer has? Is because if you are going after people that have no idea they have a problem, but all your messaging is already talking about the solution, then you're totally missing the mark because they have no. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Female Empowered. I'm your host, Krista Gurka, and today we're going to be talking about the different levels of market sophistication and how understanding these pillars will help you to more effectively connect and communicate with your customers. First off, we're going to basically discuss what market sophistication is, go through the 4 different tenets, and then really discuss why market sophistication is important and how to know exactly what your next customer needs to hear from you. So what is market sophistication? It basically, like on a really basic level, just means that it's the level of awareness that your customer, buyer, patient, client, whatever it is that you want to call them, has about their problem, about your product or service. So first, let's go through what I want to really go through with you are the 4 basic tenets that I teach, the ones we talk about in our business when we talk about who our ideal customer is and where they are along their journey, right? It's really the level of market sophistication of them. So number 1 is the client, is the customer problem aware or unaware? So level 1 is that the customer is problem unaware. So they have no idea that they have a problem, or they don't even actually know what their problem is. So let me give you an example of that. Let's just talk about pelvic health, for example. Let's talk about a physical therapy scenario. So let's talk about the niche of pelvic health in physical therapy. I'll give you a couple examples. So one example would be people have no idea that maybe having pain with sex is a problem. They don't know that's a problem. Maybe they think that's normal. Maybe CrossFitters don't think that leaking when they're doing a heavy lift is a problem. Maybe they think that's normal. Let's say runners don't think it's a problem that they have back pain. Maybe they think that's normal. Okay, so these are people, we call them problem unaware. They do not know that they have a problem. Now, as you move along the spectrum into problem aware, these people know that they have a problem, okay, but they may not know exactly what the problem is. So for example, let's take that pelvic health example again. So people know that they're leaking. They know that that's not normal, but they don't actually know what the problem is. People know that they have back pain. They don't know what the problem is. Okay. People know that they need to lose weight. They don't know why they have a hard time losing weight. They know they have a problem. So let's talk about you and your business, right? You know that what you're doing is not sustainable, but you don't know what the problem is and how to fix it. Okay, so then we move again along the spectrum, and now we go to solution unaware. So these people know that they have a problem. They know that there is a solution, but they don't know what the solution is, right? So these people say, like, again, if you take the example for your business, you know that you have a problem. All right. Now you know that it's that you don't have any systems or automations in your business, but you don't know how to fix that. All right. You don't know what the solution is to fix that. For example, for people maybe in fitness, that they know that their problem is that they're not exercising properly, but they don't know what the right solution for them is to get on an exercise plan that is sustainable for them to lose weight. All right. So the last one is what we call solution aware. These people know they have a problem. They know what the solution is, but they don't necessarily know that you are the solution to their problem. They don't know about you specifically, or how they haven't chosen you yet to be their solution. They know what the solutions are there. They may be deciding between a couple different options. All right. So if we again go from the spectrum of the problem unaware person, these people don't know that they have a problem. Okay. If for you, an example in your business, like if you know that something you could say again, I don't know, I'm up all night, I'm hustling, I'm working 16-hour days, and I don't know that there's that much profit. You might think, well, people told me to work hard. This is exactly what I'm supposed to do. So you don't necessarily know that you have a problem. Then you move along the spectrum and you're talking about now you're problem aware. So you know that there is a problem. You know that something has to change, but you don't know exactly what the exact problem is and what the solution is. All right. Then again, you move along the spectrum to solution unaware. So you know you have a problem, you know what the problem is, you know there is a solution out there, but you don't know exactly what the solution is for you. And then you move finally along the spectrum. You know what the problem is, you know that the solution you want, now you're deciding whom you're going to go after for that solution, right? So if we give like a basic example of, let's just say weight loss. For example, okay, the problem is someone wants to lose weight. All right. Now, what are the various solutions to losing weight? Changing how you eat. Okay. Seeing a nutritionist, exercising, fasting, acupuncture, hypnosis, gastric bypass surgery. There's a CrossFit, there's a variety of ways. So now you have to explain to the customer what their problem is, what the solution is, how you are the solution to their problem, and why they should choose you. If we have another example of someone with back pain, right? Someone has back pain. They know what the problem is. They have back pain. They have a herniated disc. Okay. What are the various solutions to treat that back pain? Well, they could have an injection, they could have surgery, they could go on medication, they could do acupuncture, massage, Pilates, fitness, mobility, physical therapy, yoga. All right. So now you're just trying to explain to them whatever your solution is, whether that's doing yoga, why is your solution the right solution for them? Physical therapy, why is your solution the right solution for them? All right. So why is this really important to understand what level of market sophistication your customer has? Is because if you are going after people that have no idea they have a problem, but all your messaging is already talking about the solution, then you're totally missing the mark, because they have no idea they have a problem. They're not going to be searching for solutions yet. You have to meet them where they are at. Okay, you have to meet them in explaining to them that what the problem is and what the solution is. All right. On the flip side, if you're going after someone who knows they have a problem, they know what the solution is, now they're really looking to determine why they should work with you. You have to come from it from a different level of messaging. You have to align with them on an emotional level. Why should they choose you over somebody down the street or one of your competitors? Okay, so now let's dive into some messaging that you should focus on for each phase of this market sophistication. And ideally, what I usually recommend is that you have a variety of these. All right. All right, so you should create some messaging for all levels of market sophistication until you have really honed in on who your exact target audience is. Okay, so let's talk about some examples of messaging you can use for the problem unaware client. These people don't know they have a problem. All right, start by letting people know about the problem without using fancy terms. All right, so let's take, for example, somebody wanting to lose weight. All right, maybe you have to let them know that being 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds overweight, what are the problems that could arise from that? Well, if somebody puts on 10 pounds each year, which is basically a pound a month, in the next 3 years to 5 years, they could be 30 to 50 pounds overweight. And if we don't get that in check, all of these XYZ health issues that could arise from that. Okay. If we take it to someone that has a pelvic health condition, right? If they don't understand that like leaking is a problem for them, and they don't know that over the next 20 years, it could get worse. Okay. Or someone that has a diastasis, that it could actually get worse and then create all sorts of back pain, hip pain, a variety of other conditions. We have to explain to them what that messaging, like what that problem actually is. So use terms like things like, do you think leaking is normal for someone in your age group? Are you the only one of your friends that has this problem? What else? Let me think of, I don't know. Let me think of some additional things here. Sarah, please edit out the last when we start giving examples and pick it up right here. So let me give you some examples of things, messaging that you can use for the problem unaware client. You can write blogs, create social media posts, send out emails with information like how gaining an extra pound a month could lead to XYZ, right? Or do you go to the bathroom, and I'm putting air quotes here, just in case before you leave the house? Now they're like, oh yeah, that is me. Is that a problem? Or maybe for CrossFitters, things like, did you know leaking during your heavy lifts is not normal? Very basic, right? How about having back pain after sitting for 10 minutes is not normal? Very, very simple. Okay. Little examples like that are the examples that are best utilized when you're talking to the problem unaware patient. Speak to what they're feeling, right? Are you uncomfortable with the extra 5 pounds you put on over the last year? Are you tired of feeling like you're waking up in the pain of the month club? Having difficulty touching your toes? Things, little things like that, like things that are their symptoms. What are they actually feeling? Okay. Then when we move into the problem aware person, now we need to start letting them know what the actual problem is, right? And starting to let people know that we're starting to lead them down the road to that there actually is a solution to their problem. All right. So these are the type of people that they know that leaking is not normal, right? If we continue with the pelvic health client, but what are some things that they can do that could be causing that leaking, right? What are some things that could be causing that leaking? Now, or painful sex, or having back pain, right? What could be causing that back pain? Well, it could be tightness in the hips, right? It could be tightness in the hamstrings. It could be a variety of things. So now you want to start putting messaging out there that's guiding them along that journey to understanding, oh yeah, now I have a problem. Let me start to figure out what some of the solutions or what this problem actually is. Right? As we move into the solution unaware client, now again, they know they have a problem. They know what the problem is. They're trying to figure out what the best solution is for them. This is where you want to start using client testimonials and customer journey stories. So things like, how 3 pelvic health visits helped my client avoid embarrassment at the gym. How 3 physical therapy sessions allowed Jane to run the marathon pain-free. How doing this one stretch each day alleviated back pain for John. Okay, so now you're guiding them down the road of what like that you're the solution. So for physical therapy, they would be like, how 3 pelvic health visits help this client avoid embarrassment at the gym. Okay. Or if you're talking about back pain, how this one simple stretch alleviated Jane's back pain, something to that effect, right? That could be, if stretch could also be yoga, could also be Pilates, could also be Tai Chi, could also be like if you own a stretch lab. All right. And then when you're talking about the solution aware client, customer, buyer, what you want to do is start busting their objections and start aligning with their why and their emotional connection. Why should they choose your business over someone else? So for example, for me specifically, I do, Krista Gurka, I work with female boutique fitness and boutique physical therapy practice owners. So why should someone work with me over someone else? Maybe not necessarily because my curriculum is that much different, but I work only with females. I specialize in females. Why? Because I am a female. I know what the female mindset is. I know some of the limiting beliefs we have. And I also am a physical therapist and boutique fitness studio owner. So I have actually done all of the work that I teach, and I know how to troubleshoot and I know how to give real-time feedback. So this is what I lean into when people know that they have a problem and they know what they're looking for. I'm like, if you want to work with me, these are the different levels of specialization that I can bring into the marketplace. Okay. So again, why should somebody work with you versus Jane Doe down the street? Why should someone work with you as a cash-based center versus going in with insurance? These are things like, we can save you time and money because we work one-on-one with our clients, and thus we can get you better faster, which is going to save you time and money. Okay. If you're talking about being in boutique fitness, what is the advantage that we have over big box gyms? Well, we have more customization. We have a smaller footprint. We can usually have really high customer service. People are more than just a number when they come into us. They are led by, especially if you're a class-based setting, you have these great classes with a small class size versus going to a big box gym where maybe you're in a room with 40 or 50 people. So those are the different ways that you want to kind of approach messaging depending on which level of market sophistication your customer, your client is actually in. All right. Also, in the solution aware phase, this is a great place to start busting objections. So for example, this is a great example. If you're talking about a cash-based boutique fitness, a boutique physical therapy practice, cash-based center. The objection is that it's going to be more expensive to go to a cash-based center. How you can start busting that myth and busting that objection is with messaging similar to copays nowadays are $45, $50, $60 a visit. If you go to a traditional physical therapy practice that's in network with your insurance, you may still pay anywhere from $120 to $150 a week if you're going 3 times a week. You're also going to be working in that time frame, usually only 15 to 20 minutes with your PT, and how much progress can you make in that time? Versus if you come to a cash-based boutique physical therapy center, we will charge you $150, $140, $160. So right around the same price point, but we're going to save you 2 hours a week because we only need to see you once a week. And we're going to probably be able to guarantee that you get better in 3 to 4 sessions versus 12 to 16 sessions, which in the long run is going to save you money and time. So now you're going to really be reaching out to people that are like, yes, I want to save money. And also I need the convenience. I want to get better faster. Really honing in on this type of messaging can be very, very powerful in attracting the right buyer to your business. It's another reason why really understanding the needs, the wants, the fears, the desires of your ideal buyer is crucial to improving your messaging year over year over year over year. And then really you can end up staying in the solution aware phase because people are seeking you out because they know that you are the expert in that field. All right. So again, I really do encourage you to work on messaging for each level of this market sophistication and see what kind of gets you the best engagement. When you look at your insights on social media, when you look at your open rate on your emails, when you look at people reaching out to you with questions, are people more in the problem unaware phase that they really don't understand that they have a problem? Are they in the problem aware phase? They know what the problem is, but they really don't understand that there is a solution, or they're not exactly sure what the problem is. They know something's wrong. They just don't know exactly what it is. Are they in the solution unaware phase? Are they seeking a solution? They know what their problem is, but they're seeking a solution. And then why should they choose you to be that solution? All right. Why should they choose to go see you to have their back, worked on, or their back pain relieved versus going to a chiropractor? All it is messaging. But really, again, if all of your messaging is geared towards solutions, but your customer has no idea they have a problem, you are told they're never going to resonate with you. And then that's why you're like, I don't get any engagement on my social media. My open rate in my emails is really low. It might just be because you're going after a different level of market sophistication. You are going after solution-based solutions, or you're really messaging towards the solution-aware person, but then you're not putting it in front of solution-aware people, if that kind of makes sense. So this is something that, it takes a while to learn. It takes a lot of asking questions. It takes a lot of sitting down with your customers. It takes a lot of asking for feedback and refining and tweaking and testing and refining and tweaking and testing, the same way we do with programming for our group fitness classes. What's working? Programming for our physical therapy patients. What's working? What's not working? Assess, treat, reassess. It's the same thing. If this is something you're really interested in, we do talk and dive deeply into this, especially in our inner circle members in the Beyond the Movement programs. If you are someone that is really trying to surpass $300,000 in revenue up to $500,000 and more, refining this and really understanding what kind of messaging you need to put out can really boost your revenue and your profit. So if it's something that you would like to learn more about, I encourage you to visit my website, kristagurka.com. Or if you're interested in setting up a discovery call with me, you've never set up a discovery call with me, you're interested in learning more about how you can learn more about these systems and processes, then go ahead and visit kristagurka.com/discovery and set up a free discovery call with me where I can kind of learn a little bit about you and your business. You can learn a little bit about me and see if I may be the right fit to help you in your business, to help you refine your messaging to that ideal buyer and meet them where they are in their journey and in the market. I'd really love the opportunity to chat with you. And then one more thing before we go, if you could be so kind as to take 30 seconds and scroll down to wherever you're listening to this podcast, whether it's on iTunes or Spotify, and leave me an honest review, some stars, a few words would be so great. The more we get this podcast out in front of more women, the bigger impact we can have as women in the health and wellness industry, in the boutique fitness space, in the boutique physical therapy industries and communities. And a rising tide raises all ships. So it is really my mission to help raise the tide for others. and, have more room at the table for all of us. So if you could leave a review for me, I would really, really appreciate it, as would the people that are gaining access to this valuable content. So I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy kind of, it's like 25 minutes or so tutorial on breaking down the different levels of market sophistication. If you're interested in diving deeper into this and really learning how you can implement this into your unique business, I invite you to apply for Inner Circle or even our FitBiz Foundations program. Schedule a free discovery call with me, like I mentioned, www.kristagurka.com/discovery, or at the very least, continue to listen to this podcast where you can grab tangible action steps to help you in your boutique physical therapy or boutique fitness business. And that's all I got for you today, everyone. I look forward to chatting with you next time. And until then, bye for now.